Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now we're looking at environmental issues now. Unfortunately, 38 people in Tanzania have lost their lives to flash floods after strong winds and hail battered villages. According to the president's office, at least another 82 people have been injured in the floods that occurred in Shinyanga region just on Tuesday night. Now, a total of 3,500 people were affected, with gravel roads and houses destroyed in the process. Police also say the floods had also destroyed food crops in the agricultural region located about 1,000 kilometers from the commercial capital, Dar es Salaam. Several parts of Tanzania have been hit by flash floods at the start of the long rain season that run from March to May. Well, Tanzania is not alone in the fight against natural disasters. Flooding in nearby Madagascar, specifically in the capital and its surroundings, has claimed 14 lives and left thousands of people at risk of waterborne diseases as the rainy season persists and floodwaters surge, breaching a number of dams.
People living in the suburbs of Antananarivo have seen damage to their homes and flooded roads, making transport difficult, while many are forced to walk knee-deep in water or sleep outside. We slept in this house last night, but water has risen, so the family had to find shelter elsewhere. Some of those affected have abandoned their homes and moved to higher ground because they are worried their houses won't be strong enough to survive the rising waters. People tried to leave flooded areas and wooden canoes and speedboats were provided to help residents flee to safety.
We have lost everything else in the flood. We have managed to bring along our cattle.
The capital was originally built on the rugged higher ground, but the expanding population has turned the low-lying surrounding areas into residential slums. The government of Madagascar, along with the United Nations Humanitarian Affairs and the Red Cross, have been assisting the displaced, with many being placed in churches, schools or town halls for shelter.
At the moment, the people who have been displaced by the floods will be taken care of by the state, which is supported by the AIDS partners who work in Madagascar. We will also provide assistance in terms of food and non-essential foodstuffs such as water and sanitation, as well as offer them protection.
Just like Tanzania, Madagascar is prone to cyclones and tropical storms, especially in the rainy season from February to May. Unfortunately, there are fears that more rain in the coming weeks could inflict further damage and cause more deaths in the area. Last month, Cyclone Chedza killed 80 people across the island.
Joining us now via telephone from Abuja, the nation's capital, is Greg Odogu, who is an environmentalist. Greg, thank you so much for speaking with us on Network Africa.
Thank you.
Now, I'd like to start by asking you why the floods are so intense in the African continent this year.
Okay, this year happens to be a year for environmental issues. So, happening because of the worsening hand of climate change, the world is getting warmer, and because of this, the oceans are rising. And when the oceans are rising, condensation will be higher, and there will be heavy rain. Okay, that is what has reflected even in the United States of America, New York.
Now, are we prone to cyclones and flash floods, as is the case in Tanzania and Madagascar, right here in Nigeria?
Well, Nigeria is, I don't think.
Unfortunately, we just lost that call. We'll try to reconnect in a moment. But when we come back from the break on Network Africa, we'll be looking at what's happening in Burundi concerning press freedom, as lawmakers there have passed a bill to promote press freedom. Please stay with us.